I know y'all mad. I know it hurt. It hurt me. He went to JSU the year before I committed to my HBCU. I'm thinking, oh yeah, we up. Like, it's not like I ain't got no skin in the game or I'm not benefiting from it. This is an HBCU student with an HBCU perspective.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all, what's ziggity zooming, man? It's your main man's Trezoom. Came on my mind, so I gotta discuss it. But you know, as an HBCU student, before we even get into the whole Twitter talk and, you know, who allowed to speak on it and who not, as a student, HBCU, who is a student athlete? So look at me from this perspective. As an HBCU student who's in school right now, is a student athlete, plays black college football, who's trying to get to where DEION has been, right? Where he's at and where he's going. It'd be great for him to stay at HBCU. It'd be great for him to help and continue to build up the JSU community. But at the end of the day, when you look at the history of black college football, you look at the greats we produced, Walter Payton's, Jerry Rice's, you've looked at the media ignorance and what we've had to go through as far as not getting the proper funding or the proper recognition for the athletes that we produce, for the talent and ability that walks each and every one of these campuses. You must understand, the crab in a bucket mentality is not the way for us to go. DEION could have stayed at JSU for 100 years and built the culture. He could have been out there till the day he died. He could have been walking that campus, putting boys in the league. You feel me? Elevating, shining a spotlight on those HBCUs. But at the end of the day, it don't matter how many he sent to the next level. If nobody is up there at that next level to make sure somebody's looking out for the HBCU graduates, then it's all for nothing. And the crab in a bucket mentality of, okay, we need DEION to stay here for however long, that's not gonna fix what that's not gonna fix. You gotta see the bigger picture of it. And when he talk about where God calling him to be at and what he know and what he, you feel me, experienced in his business, he's not lying. You either elevated or terminated. Because let's say he stay for another 10 years and then 10 years down the line, he have an 0-10 season. What, y'all gonna wanna get rid of him? Right? You gotta understand these kinds of things. It's not always about the bag, bro. The crab in the bucket mentality of, he should have stayed, you feel me? He's selling out for he a sellout on the culture. I get why y'all mad. I get why y'all upset. I get why y'all mad. I get the way everybody saw his press conferences when he first came. He bringing Shador, he bringing Shiloh, he getting 4- and 5-star recruits. He doing all that, right? We see all that. But at the end of the day, it's only so much he can do. It's only so much he can do. He can stay there all day, every day. I understand what it sounded like when he had first arrived on the scene at an HBCU. We understand the dream that he sold. But you got to understand, sometimes that's in the personality. That's in the dog, you feel me? That's in the creator in him. That's the God in him. Everywhere he go, he gonna bring hope. He gonna bring change. But I can see myself in that. You feel me? I can see myself in, like, he's not a slave. He can't be trapped on the campus of Jackson State University. And it's not like it ain't black college football players everywhere else in the nation. What is he supposed to do? And that don't mean he got to take Shador. That don't mean he got to take Shiloh. That don't mean he got to take Travis. That's not what this is about. If them kids want to play for him, you got to let them play for who they want to play for. But at the end of the day, y'all can't down this man and try to tarnish his legacy because he left the HBCU. Because at the end of the day, what do that make HBCUs look like to the rest of the country? What do we look like? We look like crabs in a bucket. DEION didn't say, I ain't love y'all. DEION ain't put no bad word out towards the university. He ain't did nothing negative towards y'all but move up. And perhaps confuse y'all a little bit with his original pitch and what he had going on and what his plans was. DEION cannot single-handedly make the NFL start drafting 90% of the players in HBCU football. He cannot single-handedly get every single one of them a spot at the combine. It's only so much he can do. And on top of that, you got to see the bigger picture of what he's working up the levels to do. He's not just doing that just to do it. He's not just moving up so he can get a little bit more clout. Y'all got to really view it for what it is. Like, dang, like maybe he really is trying to change something. I've been at a HBCU. I seen the crab in the bucket mentality. I seen the way we pull each other down. I seen the way that we can be our own worst enemy. I seen the way we can ostracize the people who might got the best chance of helping us do what it is that we trying to do and accomplish the goals that we are trying to accomplish. I've seen it firsthand at a HBCU. And what I'm telling you as an HBCU student is, what realistically would we have liked for DEION to do? Stay there forever? And then when the 100 graduates or the 100 players that then came through JSU get to the NFL and still have to go through the same discrimination or the same treatment as every other NFL player who came before, of being screwed out of contracts, not getting the fair treatment, not getting the payment they deserve, not having the equal rights or the ability or freedom to speak on things that people might not want them to speak on. He's going someplace to invoke change. That's what he's doing. He's invoking change. He's not glued to JSU. He not glued to Colorado. He not glued to Texas. He not glued to the Cowboys. He not glued to the 49ers. This is a business perspective. And it's a whole lot of people who just graduate from HBCUs but not looking at the bigger picture. And not only not looking at the bigger picture, but they not looking at the business perspective of this move. It's not to make you happy. It's for the betterment of him. And if you know DEION, you know he ain't no shy. He's not a dude who out here looking for vengeance. He's not looking to make y'all upset. He's not looking to throw y'all under the bus. But he could go 40-0 for the next 10 seasons. He could go for the next 5-10 seasons. He could go undefeated. Eventually, you gotta move to the next thing so somebody can follow behind you, pick up where you left off, and continue to elevate that community while you continue to pave the road in front of them for the rest of us to follow. But if we just gonna trap him at Jackson like he a slave, like we own him, like he don't deserve to get a paycheck for his work, like that's not what you gotta see past. Oh, I love my HBCU, so no matter what, anything that doesn't benefit, like he benefited it in the long run, which is why I'm confused. I'm confused because there was a benefit. I'm confused because College Game Day did go. I'm confused because Jackson State had multiple signees in the league that I saw. That's why I'm confused. Now, if you want him to get Jackson State on an endorsement deal with the Houston Texans or the New Orleans Saints where we automatically sign 5 of your players every year, like, that's not how the game goes, gang. And I'm saying this out of love to all my HBCU family who's alma maters or who's graduated or who's alumni. Like, I'm saying that to everybody. Like, he's not doing this to hate nobody. He's not doing this to hurt nobody. He's not even doing this just for his own singular betterment, even though that might be what it looks like. But at Colorado, when's the last time they had a black head coach who won a national championship? When's the last? When did that happen? So let's say he do that. And then at the same time, the SEC schools start losing. You feel me? They start not getting into the playoff as much as they need to be. Who they gonna look to? Retired African-American. You not seeing that whole, you feel me? He paving the way for everybody. You gotta work your way up the ladder. And I don't even think DEION want to coach in the league, but even in the league, getting an African-American head coaching job is not the easiest thing to do. Mike Tomlin, the GOAT, he been holding it down for 10 seasons and can't nobody seem to come close to what he doing. You feel me? But we don't see it from that perspective. We just see, I don't get to go see DEION and Charlotte and Shador, you feel me, in Mississippi anymore. It's a whole HBCU full of, they just had 2 years, 3 years of experiences of what it's supposed to look like. We can either pick up where he left off and continue to move that forward, or we could just, he left. We gonna throw him under the bus now. He ain't black, he ain't swag. He might not be swag. He might not have to stay in the swag to be able to help the community. You see what I'm saying? But it's like anytime somebody leave the hood, we gotta throw him under the bus, bro. He moved out the hood. He Hollywood. He don't. Man, stop hurting ourselves, bro. We are our biggest enemy at times. Our biggest enemy. And it's sad to see. Because he didn't do nothing to harm Jackson State. He just didn't do what the majority of the Jackson State community would have liked for their entertainment. You see what I'm saying? And that's not to say Shador gotta leave. That's not to say Travis gotta leave. That's the situation they get to take up on their own. That's not to say Shane Hooks gotta leave. It's not to say any of them gotta follow him to Colorado. Because if they don't want to, they don't have to. But if they want to continue to play under the coach that's been coaching them for the last 2 years, they got that right too. Which is making room for more ballers to come in at Jackson State and make plays, bro. I came to Livingstone with all I needed was opportunity, bro. And he's not taking the opportunity away from anybody. Everybody still got the same playing field they was on with a little bit more of a head start, because now Jackson State been on the national radar for the last 2.5 years. You think they just finna drop that off game? But I can't see the future. I don't know exactly what's gonna go on. But you gotta understand, in the long run of things, bro, it's not always just about, can I go see Deion Sanders at my homecoming every year? He's focused on elevating. He's focused on moving the culture forward. So I don't understand it, man. But hey, just a quick message. Had to come share my thoughts, bro. You feel me? You ain't got to listen to what I say. You ain't got to agree. You feel me? You can take your own perspective on it and flip it how you want to flip it. But look, that's all I got to say. We back on the off-season grind. More vids dropping soon, bro. Y'all stay tuned. Zoom, love y'all. I'm Ziggity out, man.